Every single year, we improve our ability to diagnose the spectrum. More and more people will be diagnosed, more and more children, because we're more and more attuned to what it means to have autism. It's not like other afflictions. It's so multifaceted, and the spectrum is so broad, and it manifests itself in so many different ways, that every single year, kids who may have gone under the radar and may have been borderline diagnosed or not, are going to be diagnosed. This problem's not going away. I'm not a scientist, I'm not a physician. I can't tell you what's causing it. We obviously don't know yet how to prevent it. We do know this issue is going to be real and it's going to continue to exist, and it doesn't discriminate. This is not an issue that's prevalent in one community over another. This is not an issue that you find among poor people but not among rich. As long as we are around, I think this society will have to deal with this issue. And we have no choice but to deal with it. Because dealing with people with disabilities in general, and children in particular, is one of the things that distinguishes us as a country. If we ever as a society accept that there are certain children and certain people that will not be able to fully fulfill whatever their potential is because of the circumstances of their birth, we will lose one of the things that makes us different from the rest of the world. We will lose one of the things that distinguishes us from all these other countries. And it goes to the core of our foundation as a country. People forget that one of the founding documents of this nation was the Declaration of Independence, and at its core was a very powerful belief. It says we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. Endowed by their Creator with certain inalienable rights. What that means in modern day English is that every single one of us has rights that we're born with, that God gave us. That government's job is to protect those rights. It's not the source of our rights. And that applies to every aspect of our life. And autism is going to be a critical component of that. Kids with autism can succeed. We see it every single day, more and more. Kids with autism can accomplish every dream, every hope, every ambition. Kids with autism can go on to have perfectly functional and successful lives. Depending on where you are on the spectrum, kids with autism can go on to have very distinguished lives, where quite frankly you may not even know they had autism. But only if we deal with it, and only if society adapts to it. And more often than not, the people in our society who are the true heroes are not the people whose faces on the cover of a magazine or featured in a news story. They're the people whose stories will never be told, whose names will never be known, but every single day, in very real ways, they are changing the lives of real people forever.